Okay, time is 12 o'clock. My name is Richard and I am a coach and meditation teacher at Bring Your Soul, and I am doing my 9th consecutive Facebook Live as a challenge for myself. I'm gonna do 21 in a row. And I'm seeing here Christina is watching, and that is nice. It's nice to have that support. Nice. Yes, so today I was gonna share just share about my own struggles, my own life situation sort of, or what I'm going through and dealing with and stuff. And it feels kind of scary. It's vulnerability. So I have to take a deep breath and try to be courageous and open my heart and just be here and now, I think. Yes, so I welcome you in to take part of my struggles, and hopefully you can identify, and maybe it helps you in your own life somehow, and realizations of your own struggles maybe. So the first part I'm going to talk a little bit about is perfectionism, because this is a pretty big one for me. I'm constantly striving for perfection, but also more or less constantly being reminded of that I'm not there, that I am not yet perfect, and what I deliver is not yet perfect, and who I am is not a perfect person. So this perfection, it's hindering me a lot sometimes, because when I find it's not perfect, then I quit. And that means that I quit projects or quit things that that could amount to something good, but it's not perfect, or I can't be perfect, so then I won't do it. So what am I looking for in this perfectness? I think it's like everything would be easier if I would be perfect. If I'm perfect, then nobody can find any fault in what I do. Nobody can say anything negative, and I myself would feel perfect, excellent, great, fantastic all the time. And I wouldn't be able to knock myself down or talk bad to myself, because I would be perfect. And then what is that? That is being safe. So I think this idea of perfect is somehow a way to be safe, but it's not the right way to search for safety, because there is no sort of perfect. Well, you can say everything is perfect as it is, but there is no such thing as I am perfect in whatever I do, whatever I think, whatever I feel, whatever I believe, whatever, into the smallest details. So there is no way of being perfect. Then that means that there is no way of being safe. So that constantly it's sort of a battle. So yes, this sense of perfectness and being perfect is hindering me a lot sometimes. And if you find that you also struggle with trying to be perfect, then you can comment and share with me and others. And then the second one is idealizing people, situations, opportunities, whatever. Thinking that, again, it's sort of it ties together with perfect, because I think somehow that this person is perfect, or these ideas are perfect, or this opportunity is perfect. So I get sort of sucked in to that energy of that person, maybe, you know. So yeah, if you just join me here, I'm talking about my own struggles. Hi Solveig, welcome. So I'm talking about my own struggles with perfectionism and idealizing. And Christina is sharing here, I struggle with being truthful to my own feelings. Yes, that is a big one also for me. Truthful to your own feelings, yes. It's also, it's we want to follow our own inner voice, our own inner guidance. And, hey Solveig, and we want to follow our own inner guidance and our own way, you know, our own path. But perfectionism and all these things can come in and be a block to following that inner guidance. Because it all comes down to fears, I guess. So if I would be perfect, then nobody could say anything about it. Nobody could point any finger or judge me in any way. And I would be safe. So idealizing people, but the thing with that is that they are not perfect. So every time they fall down from the pedestal of being perfect, when I once saw them as, here is something really great. And they fall down because they can't live up to my internal standards. So it's an unreal thing. It's not real. I'm not seeing the people for who they are, or their struggles, or as they are now. I want to see them as better. And also, if I get to a point where the person seems to be perfect and seems to be, this perfect person or something, I easily glide into being becoming sort of dependent. So I can become dependent on their view of things. Hey Eva, I can become dependent on their views. So if you just join me, I'm talking about my own struggles in life, and share with me your struggles if you have any. I've been talking about perfectionism and idolizing people, and now I'm into depending. So depending on other people's views, that's a big one for me. Like from when I was a kid, you know, I wanted to show my mother or other people, you know, I did this nice drawing. Do you like it? Do you like it? The approval, the dependency of being approved of, right? I'm good if I'm approved. I'm good if somebody tells me that I am. Or if I have an idea and I don't know where to go, and they say, well, you can do this, you should do this, then I have something to feel safe about. But the problem with this is that I search for the answer. I search for it. I want it. I want the answer from somebody. What should I do? Do this and this. But somehow I have an inner guidance too, right? And I have inner feelings and intuition. But I still want that validation from them. And if that's wrong, if that doesn't really resonate with my own way of it, thinking, then I become, resentful maybe, or angry or irritated about their ideas. And I get confused also because they think this, but I feel this. So it can be a mess sometimes with that stuff. And yes, this is also a thing. I have to realize that I am in need of other people, because I wouldn't survive in a cottage up in Sweden somewhere by myself. I wouldn't be able to live like that, I think. I have a need for having people around me and talking about ideas and being excited and getting support and help. So I have to realize also that I need people's advice sometimes, and I need the support of other people. But this ties in with the perfectness. I want to be perfect. I'm searching for my safety in the perfection. So if I'm perfect, I don't need other people. So it's sort of like going apart. If I'm perfect, then I'm good. People can come to me for help, but I don't need any help. But being in the position of being in need of help and in need of support, that's vulnerability. That's harder. That's uncomfortable. But I have to realize that I need that. I need that sometimes. Well, a lot, actually, sometimes. I need the support of others a lot. And, I get great support from my wife, Christina. Amazing support. She's there for me all the time. And so that's... I found great support, which is very nice. Okay, so going on to the next problem I have. And that is that I can clearly see vision of things. I'm so fast. How can you look for support? How can you look for support? Yes. Well, I think it has to do... Well, how can you look for support? I don't know. But like I said, I think I need to be open for my vulnerability. That means I have to be honest with myself when it comes to my difficulties. If I'm honest with my difficulties, then I can also reach out for support. When I'm not honest with them and striving for the perfection and going to that little twisted way, then I don't seek support. I try to avoid support, the real support. I go for the advice, but not the support. I think advice is not always the support. It's somebody that listens to you. There's somebody that is there for you no matter what. Somebody that offers their hand when you have fallen down, not necessarily giving you support all the time. Yeah, I don't need to realize that I need. I know that I need people, and sometimes I just don't want to need people. Sometimes I just don't want to need people. I'm just reading here on my phone a bit, some comments. Okay, differentiate between the dependency that is a part of being human and essential for us, and the kind that keeps us from evolving and acting in valued direction. Yes, very interesting. Yes, and independency is isolation, a toxic spiritual illusion. Yes, absolutely. Independency is isolation, and that's a big one for me, isolating. So I think that realizing the need for other people is the first big one. First of all, just realizing that there is a need for other people in my life. And also that other people might need me for support. But where I think it becomes can become a little twisted in my case, it's when I constantly seek the approval or constantly seek an answer for where to go, what to do, where to direct my life. That's when it's not becoming, then it's not support anymore. Then it's me needing something. And also what's happening there is that I don't listen inwards. So I don't listen and trust my own intuition, and then I become cut off from myself. That's what I think happens. And I do this a lot. I listen inwards a lot, and I practice these things a lot, but I still struggle with it. But yes, so, all right, so let's move on. There is the vision, right? So I can easily see vision. I can easily see the finished future. It's there. It's wow, perfect. That's good. It's really, really good. But going from here to there, that's the thing. It's the process, the patience, the step by step. That is for me such a struggle, because it's somehow I've already seen the perfect painting in front of me. Now I have to go back and mix the colors and sketch it out and do the step by step, and the process of painting every single detail and doing this and this and this. It becomes overwhelming. I don't know if you have these struggles yourself, but for me it becomes overwhelming, and I don't see it as enjoyable most of the time. I see it as a must. I must do this in order to get there, and then it becomes, So for me, I really know that calming down and finding enjoyment, which I do sometimes. It's not always like this, but I find, finding enjoyment in that small step, that little bit of a contribution to going towards my vision. That's where I think I want to develop. I want to be able to keep being in it, because I can have such a burst like this. Oh yes, great, fantastic, wow, let's do it. And then I set out 100%, and then within a short while I just wasn't good enough, wasn't perfect. This is a hassle. Too many steps. So it becomes up and down, up and down, up and down. And I know that the way is for me to combine, to see the vision, but combine it with actually taking the steps to go there. And that's something I think I need support in. You know, somebody there that can actually support me in the steps of from here to there. It's sort of what I do as a coach, right? So it's funny. We always need it ourselves, right? It's easy to support another person. It's harder to support yourself sometimes. That's why you need other people, right? Okay, and another one that came up to me, this is the last one I have on my list today. But we were talking today me and Christina, when we were out walking. And I realized that, I've always been afraid of failing, right? Because I want to be perfect, so I'm failing all the time. And it's uncomfortable. Somebody can actually say, you're not good, you suck, this is bad. And that criticism, I don't want. I avoid it as much as I can. It's so uncomfortable. It's like, because it's not what you did is not so good. It's you. It's actually me not being good. I'm so tied up in the product or what I'm doing that it actually is me that they're pointing at. So it becomes uncomfortable. So I'm afraid of failing, but I'm at the same time, I think I'm as afraid of success. Because success means that if I do something that's really good, maybe then I have to live up to that. So then it becomes the perfectness that I have to live up to, that being that perfect that thing was. So I have to keep that up, which I know is it's hard, right? It's hard work. And what it boils down to then is this will take my freedom away. Because if this success in a certain area takes snowball effect, then I have to be involved in that all the time. So then I'm afraid of being caught up in that and not being able to stop that, and that will steal my freedom. Right? I have this enormous need in me for freedom, for expansion. And it seems like everything in my life takes a little bit of that freedom away. And then it's a little more freedom taking away, a little more freedom taking away. So that's why I'm so passionate about meditation and mindfulness and inquiry and doing all of this, because when I do that, I get in contact with my freedom. My freedom is there. It's when I, step out in the world and do my thing and start doing this, I forget that I carry freedom inside of me, I think. Yeah, I think this has been my vulnerability and courage episode, which has been really nice. I feel kind of light, and I feel supported by you who are there listening to me and commenting and opening up, which feels really supportive and nice. So I thank you for that. And usually I end with a guided meditation, so I'm gonna do that today too, if you want to stick around. Yes, if you want that, just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, maybe to relax. Let go of all this perfectionism and all these things that are in our way. Just coming back to feeling the breath, observing the breath, being in one with life's rhythm. Yes, this is where it is. This is where the inner refuge is. We all carry this big suitcase with all our stories and ideas and perfectionism, pain, suffering, visions in the past. We all carry this suitcase around, and it's quite heavy. So let's just put the suitcase down on the floor and leave it there for a moment. Yes, just put it down. Just for now. Leave all your ideas, all your ideas of who you are, where you're going, what you need to do, what you've been, your pain, your situation. Just let it be for a little while. Give yourself the permission to let go of the suitcase. And recognize that everybody suffers. Everybody has pain and difficulties. We're not alone, it's the entire population of the earth. It's part of our human journey. So just feel the freedom and the oneness with all other humans. When you breathe in life. When you breathe out, you let go. In with energy, out letting go. Just visualize the whole earth, all humans, breathing this same breath. breathing this same breath. Feel the support of everybody breathing the same breath. The breath is a gift, and it sustains us all. Feel that support, that bigger support, that divine, higher support. And breathe freely. You're free. You are free. Okay, now carry this freedom with you today, and just let that suitcase of suffering be on the ground. So just walk today free from that suitcase, the support from other people, that higher support. Okay, feel your body, feel your breath, move your hands, move your shoulders, maybe your neck. You're here and now, you're in this moment. And open your eyes and breathe. And yes. Well, thank you, Solveig, for being here and taking part of this. Well, thank you all for being here, taking part of my moment of vulnerability and courage. And I feel supported. It's been great. So, yes, when this is posted and up, like it and share it if you want, and comment there if you want, and ask questions or whatever. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow at 12 when I do my 10th day. Okay? Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.